You want to profit from betting, don't you? Today I'm going to teach you a simple, proven method of how you're going to beat the bookmakers regularly. This is not a get-rich scheme, but it will put you on the right track. If you like this video and want more, give us a thumbs up, subscribe. I'm Tony from Betting-Analyst. Let's crack on with it. So we've made this easy for you. We've done this in the slide format so you can follow it. So sports betting, you'll win using this simple strategy. So first of all, we just need to mention why punters lose. One of the reasons is a lot of them are compulsive gamblers, chasing losses. You know, they lose a little bit and then they want their money back. They overthink it. This is what we don't want you to do. Unless you're really into the maths of betting, don't overthink it. No concept of value, yes, but we're going to change that in this video. Get easily egged on by others. And what I mean by that is that, you know, they go to forums and listen to people's tips that don't know what they're talking about, etc. Or in betting shops where they're all sort of in a big group or all talking about who's going to win, this is 1000%. So just don't get egged on easily. And the last one is a poor choice of bookmakers. You know, if you're running uphill, you're not going to be running as fast as if you're running downhill. So it's the same with bookmakers. If you're getting horrible prices, then you're not going to win. So the first thing we want to do is get you understanding betting odds. Yes. So what we're going to do in this one is we're going to talk through about how odds are made, how they relate to chance, how to remove the juice or vig, as the Americans call it, using the additive method. It's the most simple method. This works for any sport, so you're well covered. We're going to use Pinnacle, the secret weapon, to guide. And we've added a short Excel table for you, which you'll see at some stage. And last, the most important part is you're eventually going to beat the vig, find value odds, beat the juice. So the thing is here, right, we're going to, just to make it easy for understanding, we're going to have a team A and team B. To find the percent, you're going to take the odds and divide it into 100. So you can see it's 100 divided by 1.95 equals 51.28. If you can do it on the calculator, yeah. There you go. And then you put them together and you've got 102.56%. So the bookmakers overround on that is 2.56%. If you invert it, and you know money was bet equally, so if 1,000 was taken on team A and 1,000 was taken on team B, the odd would be 50 from those 2,000 bets, yes, which is 2.5%. As you can see, you inverted to get the juice, right? So inverted, you just do the 100 again and divide it by the actual total overround, which is 102.56. Okay, so we think you understand that. Now if you look on the right, we're going to remove the juice, and that's to convert the odds to 100% book, so there's no bookmaker juice, right? So you take the original total, the 102.56%, and you divide it by the actual team's odds, which in this case is 51.28%. As you can see, the odds are 2 and 2. The reason we did it like this was just to make it very clear to you that, you know, a flip of a coin is 50-50, odds are 2 and 2, and with bookmakers juice you would do 1.95 each, you know, so they've got their 2.5%. That would be a fair bookmakers juice, yes? So as you can see, there's no juice now. We've removed it by offering odds of 2 and 2. All right. You can also use this for three-way betting. So imagine that the odds were 2, 3.5 and 4. It's the same method. is 100 divided by 2 is 50%, 100 divided by 3.5, the next odds, is 28.57%, 100 divided by 4 is 25%, right? So the total there is 103.57%. Again, if we want to invert it, just to show the bookmaker actual takeout, if everything was bet evenly, it's 3.45%, yeah? So there the maths, as you can see, just popping up, right? And now we're going to remove the juice. So these are what you call true odds, right? So you take the total, which you can see on the left is 103.57%, and you divide it by 50, right? So the odds then become 207. The 103.57 is divided by 28.57. You're always dividing it by these odds, you know, the 1x2 equals odds of 3.63, and the 103.57 divided by 25 equals new odds of 4.14. So you can see now those new odds 2.07, 3.63 and 4.14 are now without juice, right? They're what you've got to beat. That's what the bookmakers think the real odds are before they reduce them to the odds on the left to you know, get their margin included, right? So now that's 100% book, and we have to beat that. Right, so here's an Excel sheet, and we're going to give you a link to this. That's the important part, right? You can either copy it or, you know, you can use it as a guide, but we just sort of, you know, what we're showing there is you see team A, team B. If the bookmakers are offering 1.97, 1.97, which like the Pinnacle do, right, then the real book price is 2 and 2. If it's 196, 198, the real book price is 199, 201, and so on, right? And we've got on this Excel sheet that I'm going to give you the link to later at the bottom is, you know, we've got 4 examples. You can expand it, you can do whatever you wish to with the Excel sheet, just to give you some idea, okay? So now we're going to use our most important tool, Pinnacle odds, right? So as you can see, the odds are 2.07, 3.74, 3.55. This is what we agreed, yes, before, and the total is 104.4%. I was just doing a quick mental calculation. So now we've got to remove the juice. You are looking at the chart on the right, by the way, where you see the Pinnacle odds are 207, 3.74, 3.45, yeah? So now we want to remove the juice. So we take that at 104.04% and we divide it by that number you see against the 207, which is 48.31%. And the new odds are then 2.15, right? Which is 46.51%, just for the record, right? The 26.74% that you can see at the top, right? The new odds become 3.89, and the 28.99%, the new odds become 3.59. We have now removed the juice, right? So the true odds from Pinnacle standing are 2.15. If you go back onto the right and look at the chart, this comparison of the bookmakers that are offering at this stage, yes, we have to beat these odds of 2.15. You see, Pinnacle are offering 207, but the correct odds are 2.15 if we take out their juice. And there you go. You can see you can get with BetAsia 220, Bet Sensation 220, BWin 220, etc. So we are beating the 2.15 by 5 pips. That's the most important part, yeah? If you do that on a regular basis, you're going to win money. Right. That's just the Pinnacle website. It's pinnacle.com if you need it. That's just like a still frame, but that's where you're going to get your guide from. Right. The reason we're using Pinnacle to guide is Pinnacle are the sharpest lines. Now, no bookmaker is 100% accurate. Let's just put it like that. But if we've ran tests on Pinnacle, we find that they're about 99.4% accurate. So you can beat them. You've got to time your bet and whatever, etc. But that's not for you or for this topic right now, right? Pinnacle are the sharpest lines. Take it from us, right? Nothing is 100% accurate, like I just mentioned to you, but they are better than other guides. However, if you find a better guide, if you think one bookmaker excels in one sport, right, you can do exactly the same method. You can take out the juice. So, if they're offering 2 and they've got a bigger margin, and then you take out the juice, right, and the odds come to 2.15, that's what you've got to beat, right? So your job always is to beat the 100% line. Yeah, and the more juice you get, the better. And by that, what we're trying to say is that if the true odds are 2.15 and you can get like 240 and you're beating it by 25 pips, well, that's really interesting, obviously, because you've got 25 pips juice, right? If it's just like 2.16, you might not really want to place the bet because you've only got 1 point. You could, you don't have to. It's your choice. The more juice, the better, and probably the bigger the bet, right? So considerations that we're going to take on board here. Yeah, this is a numbers game. Now, if somebody offers you 5 to 1 on a throw of a coin, you still might lose, but you've got fantastic odds. This is the same with this betting. The more bets you place, the better it's going to work out for you in the long run, right? If you're sort of getting a 5% margin on each bet, then you're going to eventually get roughly that, sort of 4 to 5% profit at the end of the day. So, if you're placing like 500 bets a month, right, then, you can start working back with 2.5% of your bank, etc. You can build upon it, yeah? So you can grow your betting bank. Now, this is if you use a compounded interest method. Let's say you start with 1,000, right? And then, you move, you do you have 1,000 and you're going to place 2.5% on each bet, and you have 400 bets a month, right? At the end of that month, if you're getting that 2.5%, you should have doubled your bank. So it'd be 2,000 for the next month, right? And then you can start, instead of placing 25 unit bets, 2.5% of the 1,000, right? You can start placing 2.5% of 2,000. So your units will be then 50. So you're using compounded interest to get better value, to sort of build your status, build your betting bank, right? That's also important, right? This is obviously just a stepping stone. It's just a quick guide how to make, to learn and make quick money. But eventually, you're going to have to do more. You're going to have to develop yourself and start looking for other methods to incorporate this system. But it's just a simple way for somebody who's not really delved into, sports modeling, etc. Right? Now, one warning. Tread carefully with betting accounts. When they see that you're always, just jumping on the value opportunity, they might start to close you, especially when your stakes start to get higher or you start to win quite a bit of money from them. So, tread carefully. Don't hit them with bots, placing 1,000 bets a day or something like that with a single account, because it will get closed, it will get recognised. So spread your accounts a little bit, yeah. You've got to source the best accounts. I think we already sort of mentioned that, touched upon it earlier. You've got to go shopping. You've got to have a look at the bookmakers that are open to you, and you've just got to try to squeeze the most out of them. So, look for high value bookmakers that you can open betting accounts with. The more betting accounts you've got, then the more chance you've got. When I say use third-party accounts, now we use these in Asia. You saw that one, company there earlier called Bet in Asia. What they do for you is they open you third-party accounts, which are all legitimate in Asia. You're betting over them as opposed to betting through the system. And the other thing is, of course, if you've got like a William Hill account or Bet365 account and it gets closed, you might want to get your mate, your mother, your brother to open a betting account. Just make sure that you sort of follow the system so you keep screwing money out of them at the end of the day. Yes. Now, the point is with API, using an API for delivery of odds and bots, right, is that it will give you an advantage, but just one thing, if you are using it, don't use it to place your bets or not too many bets with certain bookmakers, because they'll start closing your accounts. They'll see the bots are on their side. But what you can do is you can build yourself a bot for identifying the odds, taking odds in, etc. From companies that are offering like these arbitrage services, value bet services, and you can just line them up against Pinnacle odds and just see what comes out. Right, in conclusion, those who stay to the end, congratulations, you're through to boot camp, as they say. Right, I want you to stay safe, stay sane, beat the bookmakers. That's the most important part of the job. Yes, thanks for watching. You've got our website details here, admin@betting-analyst.com if you want to get in touch. Don't forget to subscribe, like the videos. We'll do a lot more educational videos to get you on the right track if we think it's worth it. If you want some one-to-one training, don't be afraid, get in touch with us, and please stay safe, and thanks for watching.